Alright. I think it's been long enough, fella. Uh, let's keep going. Uh, Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now, let's begin our search. We'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is still some trace of the prisoners left here. Right, we came here to look for POWs, I think. Hello, anyone in here? The cloying stench of rotten debris fills your nostrils. You're unable to discern where the odor is coming from. Okay, not in there. Upon closer inspection of the ground, you see footprints. Some of them appear to be fresh. Dogs. Where's the last one? That's probably a... Yep, there we are. This house is much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Looks like we found it. I'm sorry, what is this fate's name? Yes, this is dogs. Oh my god. Nothing like having a reference to, even by 2017 standards, an old meme. Oh. Ah, Gala. Thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems... unwell. Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine, but what of you? Little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange, quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder. Thank you very much. Now, who are you and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. Who are you? You are you, but who are we? Yes, we would very like much to know, very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Yeah, remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar, quite familiar. Gala, this is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Elysian, he's likely a Gardanian escaped from the Garleans. Or perhaps... would he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories. Sweet memories. Yes, we would like them very much, very much. Alright, let's return the Castrum Oriens. My browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped to... Okay. I do not remember these quests at all. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Molko, but if you would corroborate your report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eosian Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Molko, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It shall not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. Well, you have to do this for other stuff, so might as well. I imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning the detainee by now. Go and see what, if anything, she's learned. Gala. I just finished the questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing about his past. The only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. Where does Bittermill fit into all of this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing there. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling about the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Gala. We must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. Back and forth. Good God. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash. There's no need for that, sir. Gala and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. You have to wait for approval for that, yes? I believe? Oh, good. Bears. Excuse me, don't mind me, oh god, don't mind me! Jesus Christ, that phoenix is so bright. There's a reason I don't use it. Through here? On your guard, Gala. I have a bad feeling about this place. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta give my bird some sour greens. Gissel? How are you supposed to pronounce that? Huh, well, that was certainly easy. Oh, we found him, Gala. We really found him. And a lot easier than expected. What are you... Ugh, these wounds. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. Like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Come on, let's go. Really isn't kind of the quest that I expected. I have no idea how this is supposed to tie into what I'm doing here. My men have searched high and low, yet there is no sign of this runaway soldier. Good news, you looked wrong. You found him at Owen's stash. Say no more. Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. The subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. He is severely wounded and in need of medical attention. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can finally get to the bottom of all this bittermilk business. Okay, this one's giving me items, so hopefully this is the end of it. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Milko. I want to know what those Gallian dogs were up to. To be frank, sir, this castrum is rather minuscule. Gala. I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely, and not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. Imagine we won't have to wait very long. Well, I can wait. About 7 seconds, maybe 10. It seems he's finally ready to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you, you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now stop talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill? We were looking for someone. An escapee from one of our facilities. Lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. We have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Gallians any allegiance. I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Gallians' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose. Ah! I believe it was called. Okay. I see how this quest ties into later stuff now. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzean forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers. And what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived. Their tests proving a resounding success. It was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed. So they thought. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, an interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius van Baelsar. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Eorzea's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted. He ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. He used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather could not, tell them where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad, and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. And that means the man we found earlier was... Aye, that's him. Grillames. Grillame? Grillame, a former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. Huh. Okay. I can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service to the Garleans. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. What do you think, Gala? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for their experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. No. There would have to be some lingering traces of their work. If they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. Kala, we have to go back to Bittermill. Boy, I love going back and forth and back and forth and forward and back and then forward. Oh, God! Forward and back and then forward and back and then go forward and back and put 1 foot forward. I swear, I think this whole questline used to be how you got one of them. Maybe not. Maybe they changed it. I don't know. Alright, let's split up. There has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. That first one did say there was a rotting stench behind there. God. Oh, no, after 20 years, bodies would definitely have decomposed by then. It might be right in thinking it's just rotting wood. Tala is over there, so... I don't know why I'm still on the ground. Come on. God damn it. There's nothing buried here. Well, your digging reveals a small metal container, though you probably shouldn't touch it. Lieutenant Moko will want to know what you found. Lieutenant? You found something? A metal container? Could it be the missing sample of Black Rose? So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental, nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Workstone. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, and put 1 foot forward. Lieutenant Moko reporting, sir. We've discovered the identity of the man who we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Grillermai, former chief of research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we've discovered what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention, this is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Garlean chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for Grillamai, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I almost pity the man. But memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. Lieutenant Moko, Gala, you've done well today. I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest. You've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded, that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the great Griffin's Bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all of your help. I look forward to adding your feats of daring to our records someday. Sure? Alright, that is one section done. And now we have to go to the other side of the fringes for the other. Oh boy. Oh boy.